Today we're gonna talk finally about this game I'm talking about. Um, During my life and by trying to, climb the ladder in my professional field, I've encountered a lot of obstacles. And when I talk about obstacles, I'm not saying challenges that were too hard for me to win. I'm actually an excellent scientist, and a lot of people will tell you the same if you ask to people that know me. However, because I have good and virtuous goals, I'm actually always encountering a lot of obstacles from people around me that don't allow me to do my work. The reason why people do that is because unfortunately we live in a world of narcissists. We live in a world of people, and when I talk about narcissists, I'm talking about the pathological sense of it. When I talk about narcissists, I mean people that have a hidden agenda. They don't have virtuous purposes for their lives. They just have their own individual goals, which are becoming rich and retire in a place where they can actually spend their life away from predators like themselves. So the point is that these people shape the world, and every time there is a person that is good and has virtuous goals, they just perceive that person as different than them, and they are afraid that that person is gonna discover their nature and get rid of the mask and expose them. Because of that, they start attacking that person. I don't know if you've ever seen Matrix, the movie The Matrix, where there is that scene where Morpheus is with Neo, and it says, because we are into the system now, and people are perceiving us like we don't belong here. They start attacking us, and the more we try to change things, the more they attack us. Well, this is how the world works, unfortunately. In every environment, most of the people are, in fact, driven by their own hidden agenda. They don't care about the good of anybody else but themselves, and their individualistic agenda drives their behavior. And so if you try to actually do good, which is what you're supposed to do, because if you want to live in a better world, you better start building a better world, or nothing goes well if you just leave it to go, right? Things get rot. So these people perceive anybody else that is trying to do good as a potential obstacle for themselves, and not because you're going against their own agenda, but because by trying to do good, you are highlighting how they don't try to do good. So by comparison, whomever has the power to decide who gets fired is gonna understand that there are good people and it's not them, so they have to push you away. And this is something that happens a lot in a lot of different fields and a lot of different situations. And it happens all the time to good people. It's not by chance that all of the people, for example, like people, lower income people, are actually the good ones. And the reason why is because good people have good purposes and they are empathetic and they want the world to be good. And however, every time they try to climb the ladder and actually increase their income, increase their wealth, increase their power in society, they encounter all these people that will do anything to not be exposed. So they just push them away. And the result is that you have to stop doing it. You have to be like, you know what, I'm gonna stay in my social status and I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna play that and whatever because you guys play your game. However, we can't do that. We can't keep doing it all the time, because if we keep doing it, then other people are gonna get the wealth and other people are gonna get the power, and they're gonna be the one to decide the future of the next generations to come, including our kids. So we can't just withdraw from the game and just let it stay how it is. We have to do something different. And unfortunately, so far, and I understand the point of it, but so far, a lot of people thought as a strategy to fight the game, the best thing was to play by the rules and win. So that once you get to the power spot, then you can actually affect the rest of society. However, that's First of all, it's kind of a lottery. Very few people actually get to that spot. And I'm talking about 1 in a million or less probably. 1 in 10 millions actually get to the point of being able to do that. And even after you get to the point, because you had to play by the rules, you have had to make compromises with your integrity, with your values. And it's very difficult for people that even after you get there, and let's say 1 in 10 millions actually reach that goal. Once you get there, only 1 out of 10 of those people, so we're talking about 1 every billion, actually was able to keep their integrity. So all the other people are still have a long life to live, still can be attacked by other people that can leverage the choices that they had to make to actually be able to reach that point, and they always try to take them down. So the whole system is built in a way that people try to take you down whatever you do all the time, just because the resources are limited. People know that the resources are limited. So if there are 10 spots in the power seats, 10 seats in the power place, then you gotta be one of those 10. There's no space for everybody. So the point is that this whole system is kept on by people playing the rules, playing by the rules, thinking they can actually get to the spot where they have the power to change the world. But by doing so, only very few people can do that. And so, in the end, the major result is not that actually they are able to change the world, but it is that they're keeping the game on. So that is the major result in the immediate time, like immediately right now, what you're doing by playing by the rules and trying to have a goal that is 10 years long or a generation long, and trying to think, okay, I'm going to change the world in 100 years. In the meantime, you're keeping the game on for 100 years, and you don't know whether how many people are going to be able to do the same that you're doing, how many people are going to be able to actually succeed against this system and this game, how many people are going to be able to do it in the next generation. And you're actually gambling because you don't know if you're going to be able to do it, and if generations to come are going to be able to keep going and to keep up with this, with what you're trying to build. So you're actually gambling, and by doing so, and by not exposing the game, but playing by the rules and being part of the system, you're just gambling against the world in the end. You're just betting on something that you don't know if it's gonna work, and if it doesn't work, we're all screwed. I don't think it makes sense, and it does in fact make sense. But the rules of the system, which I'm gonna explain in my next video, um, are not set for you to have a high probability to win. So if you just keep the game on, you just allow people that are better than you at playing the game and that have already from the start better chances of winning. You're just giving them even more chances because you're keeping the game on, a game that you did not design. So let's stop following the rules and let's focus on changing the rules or building our own game so that we design the game in a way that we can win instead of playing the game that somebody else designed and that is indeed not designed for us to win, but we're keeping it on and we're giving in this way the chance to somebody else to change the world we live in, and we will be in the future, because life is short, but at the same time life can be very long. And if you contribute to building a world that is just going worse and worse every day, this is what you're gonna find in the future. What are you gonna do? You're gonna kill yourself. You don't have kids because you don't like the world. You decide to not be in this world. Like, people keep being the world keep giving birth to people all the time, and what we do, we don't care about them. So let's try to change this world together in a way that we design the game, and the game is designed for us and for the world to win, not for those few people to win against the world. Let's do it.